Now there's an emblem for you. There's a talisman, classic talisman. All sorts of government seals and state and federal seals are, in a sense, are talismanic images. Now, I'm only doing this to drive certain people crazy. So if you want to screen capture this and start a big rumor, no, I don't work for the CIA. I got this at the International Spy Museum in Washington, D.C. It's a souvenir. Okay. What isn't a souvenir is this presentation pen that I got when I became a master mason. And it's got all the working tools and emblems and goodies from the various trestle boards of the 3 degrees and the working tools. It's a very cool thing and a very nice gift. That being said, happy Constance's birthday, everyone. She is busily working too hard, as she always does. Can't stop that. And she lives with the laziest man in the world, so go figure. We're still reading from Tarot Ceremonial Magic, and we've moved to the Suit of Cups. Now, the Suit of Wands, in one sense, represents the entire tree of life of the Kabbalistic world of Atzilith, the very highest one. It would correspond on a much lower frequency to the element fire. But the Kabbalistic world of Atzilith, it's called the archetypal world. And we could literally say, if we wanted to boil it down to one little Kabbalistic buzzword, it would be the soul of God. But the Suit of Cups is the next lower Kabbalistic world below Atzilith. Atzilith is the Yod of Yod-He-Vav-He, and now we're going into Braya, or you can pronounce it Bria, the world of soft cheeses. Braya. It's called the creative world. Now, if Atzilith, the world of wands, would be considered facets of the soul of God itself, that would be the world of the divine names, the God names. But Braya, the creative world, one step down, would be the world of archangels. It's the archangelic world, and it could be considered the heart of God. That's why the Suit of Cups, translated into modern playing cards, is the Suit of Cups. Or excuse me, the Suit of Hearts. So pretty soon when we get into the world of swords, that's the world below that. And that would be the world of angels who work for specific archangels. Does that make sense? But right now, we're starting on the small card twos. And we know that the 2s, 3s, 4s all stand for the cardinal signs of the zodiac, of their particular element. And the cardinal sign of water for cups is Cancer. So the 2, 3s, and 4 of cups represent together the 30 degrees of Cancer. And the 2 is the first 10 of those degrees. The 2 of Cups, love. Why is it called love? Well, it's got lots of stuff going for it. 10 degrees Cancer to 20 degrees Cancer. Oh, excuse me. 0 to 10 degrees Cancer. June 21st to July 1st. So starting June 21st to July 1st. Venus in Cancer. That spells love right there in and of itself. Venus in Cancer. The color, and now we're in the Queen scale of color. Well, this color scale for number 2 on the Queen scale is gray. General divinatory meanings: the first manifestation of water, perfect harmony between male and female, ecstasy, love. And I know that's probably too whimsical for many of you serious occultists and dour-faced wizards to be, but I couldn't think of anything more appropriate than chocolate sundaes, ice cream sundaes in cups. The 2 angels of the Shemhamfurish are, I'll spell it E-I-A-L-E-L. Yael. There it is right there. Delights of the sons of men. And Habua, great benefactor. Goetic spirits are Buer, number 10. He is a great president. Now, presidents are usually lumped into the category of being mercurial, or representative of the planetary sphere of Mercury. And if you were making a talisman for Buer, technically you would make it out of quicksilver. Don't do it. Don't try to do it. Don't play with that stuff. Come up with something silvery, but don't try to make a talisman out of mercury or quicksilver, even when dealing with presidents like Buer. He's a great president. He appears in Sagittarius. Okay, that's not his time of year Kabbalistically, but that's what the Key of Solomon says. And that is his shape when the sun is there. So that when the sun's in Sagittarius and you're dealing with this guy, he might appear as a centaur with a bow and arrow. He teaches philosophy, both moral and natural, and the logic art, and also the virtues of all herbs and plants. He healeth all distempers in man, and giveth good familiars. Sounds like a pretty good guy. Where's the downside to Buer? Well, if you got a chink in your armor, you'll find it. The night spirit. 46, Bifrons, or Bifrons, or Bifroys. Got a very cool sigil there. He's an Earl. Now, Earls are associated with Mars, so you'd make his talisman out of iron. He's an Earl and appeareth in the form of a monster, but after a while, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on the shape of a man. His office is to make one knowing in astrology, geometry, and other arts and sciences. He teacheth the virtues of precious stones and woods. He changeth dead bodies and puts them in another place. He also lighteth seeming candles upon the graves of the dead. He hath under his command 60 legions and spirits. Now, those are talents that you might not think that you would need. But like I said earlier, look at all these descriptions of the powers and abilities of these spirits and think of them metaphorically. You might not want to light candles on the graves of the dead or the sepulchres of the dead. But someday you might actually be called upon to write or to give a eulogy to a person who's passed away, or to somehow else bring honor, light, and illumination to the works of a character you admire who's passed away. That'd work. Okay, the Enochian attributions that appears in all 4 elemental tablets in the Great Central Cross, which contains the names of the angels of the planetary seniors in the hierarchy of the Enochian system. In the air tablet, he's the Z of Aazioth, the Jupiter senior. You'd open the temple in 2 = 9 and use call number 3. On the water tablet, he's the U, the final letter, in Sai Nu U. Again, the Jupiter senior of the water tablet. So you'd use the temple opening 3 = 8 and the call 4. That square appears twice. Or in 2 seniors on the Earth tablet. Now, when they appear in 2 places on a water tablet, it doesn't mean that they are in a different position on that great cross. But got to remember that the solar seniors are this wonderful whorl, sort of a conch shell or a nautilus shell whorl in the very center of the tablet. And that takes in squares that belong to the various other seniors, planetary seniors on the tablet. So it'll appear, the square might appear in the Sun senior's name and also in one of those other seniors' name to the left, to the right, to the top, the bottom. So on the Earth tablet, he appears in the names of the Solar King and the Mercurial senior. Ixodhikal is the senior's name of the Sun, and Ahimlaku for Mercury. In both cases, you'd open in 1 = 10 and use call number 5. And he also appears as the second O in Anuduin, the Mercury senior of the Fire tablet. And for that, you'd use 4 = 7 temple opening and recite call number 6. Now, the next card. Now, as I mentioned earlier when we talked about the court cards, my birthday card is the Queen of Cups, which goes all the way to July 11th, which is my secret birthday. This is my small card, the 3 of Cups, which goes from July 2nd to July 11th and represents 10 degrees of Cancer to 20 degrees of Cancer. It is called Abundance, and it's Mercury in Cancer. Didn't I tell you you're always happy to see the ones, twos, and threes? Because on the Tree of Life, that's the supernal triad right there at the top of the Tree of Life. Nothing but insanely good cards, 1, 2, and 3. Even the Three of Swords, Sorrow. It's a great card. It's great. Three of Cups got to even just be better. Makes me hungry just looking at it. It is Bina, number 3 on the Tree of Life, of Braya. Because Braya is the cups. Color is black. Queen scale of color is black for Bina. General divinatory meanings: love bears flute. Love bears flute. Okay. Love bears fruit. Excuse me. I'm giddy with birthday good humor. Back to the divinatory meanings. Enjoy but mistrust the good things in life. Okay, enjoy them, but don't be stupid about it, okay, because they can end up owning you. That's the Saturnian part of that, okay. But there is no Saturn in Mercury in Cancer, which is what this card is. Angels of the Shemhamphorush. Rochelle, which means all-seeing. And Ibamia. Ibamia, and you can pronounce these any way you want. Which means, or is associated with the psalm that says that Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh creates by his own word. Day Spirit, Gisyon, number 11. A great and strong duke. Remember, we talked about dukes. Now, dukes are assigned to the planetary sphere of Venus. So if you're going to make a Gisyon medallion for your operation, you'd make it out of copper for Venus. A great and strong duke. You can imagine that all my life, Duke has been my nickname at school and things like. It's my dad's nickname, my son's nickname, my brother's nickname, because of Duke Canty, you know. So I've always resonated with dukes, and I love the dukes in the Goetia, because the dukes are these associated with Venus, and many of the dukes are really thinly disguised pagan goddesses. So this guy's no exception. Now, a Xenophilus is how he appears. He appeareth like a Xenophilus. I'll spell that for you, and it won't make any more sense than just pronouncing it. Xenopilus. That is loosely translated a blue-headed or a strange-headed creature. He telleth all things, past, present, and to come, and showeth the meaning and resolution of all questions thou mayest ask. That's handy. He conciliateth and reconcileth friendships, and giveth honor and dignity unto any. Where's the downside to this guy? He ruleth over 40 legions of spirits. That's Gusion. Number 11. The night spirit is number 47. Vual, or Uvaal, or Vaval. He too is a great duke. Great, mighty, and strong, and appeareth in the form of a mighty dromedary at the first, but after a while, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on human shape, and speaketh in the Egyptian tongue, but not perfectly, as if we'd notice. His office is to procure the love of women and to tell things past, present, and to come. He also procureth friendship between friends and foes. Now, aren't these all sort of peace-centered and peace-focused duties, which is perfect for the sphere of Venus? He resonates with that copper. He was of the order of potentates or of powers. He was. Now he's a duke. He governeth 37 legions of spirits. Enochian attributes. There's the square. But he's the O on the Jupiter tablet. The O of Aozaif. Aozaif, the Jupiter Senior. You would open the temple in 2 = 9, call number 3. He's the O of Sai Nu-O. I had that backwards. Sai No-U. The Jupiter, again, another Jupiter Senior on the water tablet. And you'd open in 3 = 8 and do call number 4. In the Earth tablet, he's the M in Ahimleku, the Mercury Senior of the Earth tablet. And Earth being the lowest, you'd open up in 1 = 10 and recite call number 5. And on the Fire tablet, he is the I, the second to the last letter, in An-O-Do-On. Do-On. That's the E-N-I. A-N-O-D-O-I-N. And again, that's in the Mercury Senior of the Fire Tablets position. 4 = 7 would be the temple opening for that, and call number 6. Finally this morning, now we're jumping out of, we talked about the aces in earlier classes. So we've done the 2, and then we've done the 3. That took care of the supernal triad. Now we've broken out of the idealness of the supernal triad, and now we're moving to number 4, below the abyss. It's the highest sephira of the tree of life below the abyss. This is where the demiurge lives. This is Jupiter, the sphere of Jupiter, the sphere of Zeus, the sphere of Jehovah. This is the demiurge place. The deity here thinks it's God because it is the God of the phenomenal, or what we think of as the actual world. It's a God that thinks it's a God, but it's not a God because it's totally unaware of these 3 principles up here that were the cause of its even existing. Because it's actually in another dimension, a lower dimension. The aces, the 2s, and the 3s are above all of that. So now we're getting into number 4. In the world of Braya, the creative world, the heart of God. And that number 4 is called Hesed. And the 4 of Cups is called blended pleasure. The planetary assignment is the moon in Cancer. This is 20 degrees to 30 degrees Cancer. And that's roughly July 12th through July 21st. Moon in Cancer. Wow, is the moon happy in Cancer? Blended pleasure, Crowley calls this luxury. Hesed in Bria. Color is blue. The queen color scale is blue. General divinatory meanings, luxury. The seed of the decay of pleasure. It's not really the decay of pleasure. It's just the seed of the decay of pleasure. And it sometimes can mean weakness or sloppy surrender to desire. Angels of the Shemhamfresh are Ha-Iael, Lord of the Universe, and he's not Lord of the Universe, he's the executor of the Lord of the Universe. And Mumia, end of the universe. Now, all of those little buzzwords come from the wording of the psalm that they appear in. Okay, the Goetic spirits are Sitri, number 12. He's a great prince. And princes are associated with the planetary sphere of Jupiter. So if you're going to make Sitri's medallion for your neck, you'd make it out of tin. He's a great prince and appeareth at first with a leopard's head and the wings of a griffin. But after the command of the master of the exorcism, he putteth on human shape, and that very beautiful. He inflameth men with women's love, and women with men's love, and causes them to show themselves naked, if it be desired. He governeth 60 legions of spirits. The night spirit is Ha-Agenti, 48. He's a president, appearing in the form of a mighty bull with griffin's wings. This is at first, but after, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on human shape. His office is to make men wise and to instruct them in diverse things. Also to transmute all metals into gold, and to change wine into water, and water into wine. He governeth 33 legions of spirits. And the Enochian square appears in the 4 tablets like this. He's the A of Batavia, the Sun King, in the air tablet. And he also appears as the Jupiter Senior, as the second A in A'Ozaif, the Jupiter Senior. For both of those, you'd open the temple in 2 = 9 and recite call number 3. In the water tablet, it's the N of Sa'enu, Jupiter Senior. And you'd open up in 3 = 8 and use call number 4. On the earth tablet, he's the L in Ahimliku, the Mercury Senior. You'd open with 1 = 10 and use the call number 5 and in the fire tablet, he's the final N in Anodoine. Mercury, senior of the fire tablet. And you'd use 4 equals 7 and call number 6. Now, where are you going to find the temple opening 4 equals 7 and the call number 6? Or any of these calls, or any of these temple openings? Right here in the appendix of this book. Well, I've taken us to 30 minutes exactly, which is probably more than you wanted to hear this morning. I have to go now. It's Constance's birthday. And for a few short months, she'll be older than I. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you tomorrow. Be good to yourself and be good to each other. And get vaccinated at your first opportunity. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love and do will.